Hey everybody, welcome to Awesome Autographs and More, episode number 64. Before I get into the TTM success, the TTM failure, and the purchase I've got, just a reminder that we have the giveaway going on right now. If you look back to episode number 62, all the details are there. The giveaway will close at the end of the day tomorrow. So that tomorrow is the deadline. Tomorrow being October 10th. Today's Columbus Day, October 9th. Happy Columbus Day. But we will close it tomorrow. I will probably start pulling all the information together later in the evening. So let's say about 6 to 7 p.m. I'll probably go till 7 Eastern time tomorrow for the giveaway. And then probably on Wednesday, we'll do a giveaway video where we will draw the winner's name and maybe have some other things to show at the same time. Anyways, let's progress with episode number 64 here. We have one successful TTM. It is a 4-for-4 success. Came back in 33 days from former NFLer Melvyn Fernandez. And he signed our, I think it's a 91 Fleer Ultra. Yes. And then a 1990 score. No, sorry, Flair. The eyesight's going. This is a 1,000-yard club from Tops, I'm pretty sure. Yep. These are kind of cool cards. They've got a slight gloss to them, but not too much. And the yellow borders, I don't know, they just look really nice. And the black ink on them look pretty good. I'm not sure. This might be my first of these cards that I've gotten back. I can't remember. I'll have to go look and see if I have any others. And then finally, Action Packed from 92 or 93. Not sure which. Let's take a look. Oops. 91. Sorry. I actually have several of these action pack cards from all of the early 90 years. Football is one of the one sports where they did them pretty consistently. So I think I like the 1,000-yard club card the best. So we're going to put that one on top and front and center. Okay, one failure. Mr. Pete Chilcutt, former NBA player. I'm not quite sure what happened here, but I had actually sent to him before at the address, and it was successful. Double-checked the address on SCN to make sure it was still current, and when I sent this out, roughly 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago at this point, the address was listed there and it did appear to be current, so out this went. Well, anyways, it came back as undeliverable, and when I went back into SCN, there was a totally different address there. So I resent the request out with the new address a few days ago, so hopefully it'll come back as a success this time. Throw that away. Okay. The only other thing we have today is a purchase I made from ABC Unlimited, which is beginning to be a habit with me, I guess. Excuse me. But I just kind of picked up a bunch of random cards that I wanted for a variety of reasons. I do like to grab the action-packed. So I've got picked up 3 of these action-packed cards. I think they were $2. So it's kind of hard to pass up a $2 autograph, especially of some of these former players, one of which no longer with us. But we have Mr. Elroy Face, who is a great signer through the mail, but for $2, not going to pass that up. And then we have Mr. Bobby Grich, who I have not had much success through TTM, so decided to pick up an extra one of those, seeing they had it for a couple of bucks. Okay, and third is Mr. Bobby Dorr, another player for Boston. Had to add to my Boston Red Sox collection. This is going to be a very crowded table today. And then we made a purchase. I think I've got the rest of the purchase, I should say. It was all one purchase. I go in every month when he updates the inventory. He updates the inventory the first of every month, so I go in to see what's new, and also, having gone through different things in my collection, figure out who I want to add to it and whether he has anything I want. So we have a couple of cards of Mark Gubiza. Was a favorite player of mine at some point, back in basically the 90s. I remember him a little bit from the 80s, but more from the early 90s, I think. Mostly from the early 90s. But picked up a couple of cards to add to my collection. I have a few of his already. I've gotten some TTM. He's not a bad TTM signer, but he does sign TTMs at this point, with a fairly shortened signature that almost looks like an MG, as opposed to his full name. Next, another very, very difficult signer, especially through the mail, Mr. Craig Greback, another one of my favorite players from back in the early 90s. We got 5 cards of his. That one's really nice. This one's a little spotty, but it's there. So I think we're going to leave that one on top. We'll put him over here. Next, probably my all-time favorite pitcher, although I never saw him pitch. Not quite old enough for that. But Mr. Bob Feller, Hall of Fame pitcher for the Indians. Picked up, I think, 5 autographs of his as well. And believe it or not, all the times I've saw him at shows, got tons of things autographed by him, I don't have a single card until now. So I'm really happy to have been able to pick a few of these up at very, very affordable prices. Oops. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wish I had one of the action-packed ones. Okay, next. Making this a family affair now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards of Mr. Lance Niekro, who happens to be the son of Joe Niekro, former major leaguer. I don't think Lance ever made it into the major. I don't know if he made the majors or not, to be honest with you. If he did, it was for a very brief period of time. But he did play in the minors for a few years. So we managed to pick up 4. I actually already have one of his. I don't remember where I got it, but so that's Mr. Lance Necro. Next is his father, and I picked up a couple of these. I've got one other of these bigger cards with the next player, but this is Lance's father, Joe, former Hall of Famer, played primarily for Houston. I'm not sure if he played anywhere else or not. Don't honestly remember. We'll put that there, and then I picked up a couple of other of his cards as well. Yes, he did. He played for the Yankees. I forgot about that. I like that card the best. So we'll put that with his other one. Now, to round out the family, Mr. Phil Necro, Hall of Fame pitcher. Primarily for the Atlanta Braves. It's kind of what he's known for, although I believe he pitched for the Yankees as well for a short period of time. That's, again, another one of those larger 4x6 cards. Oops. I figured that was going to happen sooner or later. And then I picked up one other card of his that they had at a reasonable price. It's talking about 85 record breaker year, so it must be an 86 card. And to be honest with you, the print is too small even with the magnifying glass. So I'm not even going to try to attempt it, but you can see the autograph down there along the bottom. Shows up a little bit better in person than it does on the video, but it's Mr. Phil Necro. His son happens to be a friend of mine that is or was part of a running group that I used to run with, but the group doesn't run anymore, so I don't see him very often at this point, but every once in a while we do still connect on Facebook or what have you. In all the years that I knew his son, never got an autograph from his dad. Thought I had one from years ago from a show, but found out that I didn't. So I kind of purchased these two just to be able to say I have them in my collection. But anyways, that's it for this video. Now I can get to work and put these all away. But anyways, thanks again for the Mr. Fernandez for sending his autograph through the mail. Thanks to all the other athletes for having signed these items for me to be able to get. And especially thank you guys for paying attention and watching the video. I hope to see you again at the next one when we do our giveaway. And again, a reminder, if you want to get into the giveaway, you got until tomorrow evening around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Look back to my episode number 62 for the details. Basically, all you have to do is to make a specified comment on video number 62. It has to be on that video because it's the only place I'm going to go looking for comments for it. So if you make your comment, you have to fill in that comment has to contain some certain information about your favorite teams and players and stuff like that, which is described in the video, and it is also written out in the description of the video. So again, that's episode number 62 if you want to get in on the giveaway at the last minute. We will see you next time. Take care, and please hit the like button down below. That helps out the channels a lot, and subscribe over here on the right and ring the bell to get notified when videos are posted. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of the Columbus Day, and we will see you next time. Happy TTM-ing.